Alright, so I wanted to give you an overview of our mortar system. I'm sure some of you are kind of curious on how this actually works, because we don't do it like what you think you would do with a mortar, where you just kind of see the target and then you shoot off into the distance. We're actually using math, and from the mortar point, I can't see what I'm shooting. I'm using math, and my FO way down over there, he is giving me targeting data. And then if you look down here, I've got my plotting board. I'm going to calculate based on his location and my gun location how to point the mortar system to that target. But first off, before we get anything started, before we can even start shooting this mortar, we have to get the gun laid in. So what that means is I'll get my compass out after, of course, the mortar over here up. So we got to get tripod, base plate, you get the battery, cables plugged in, still works, and then of course the CO2 tank connected to the system. And then what I'm going to do, this side over here, right over here, I'm going to put this, I'm going to level it, so I'm going to put it at 0 degrees elevation, and then right now I've got it set to a different target, but I'm going to put this on 0 degrees deflection, and then I'm going to point it right at my number 4 pole right over there. So once, well, sorry, let me back up. That number 4 pole is not going to be there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my handy dandy M2 artillery compass out, and then what I'll do is I'm going to lay this gun in. I'm going to look, I'm going to determine what direction that gun is pointing, and in this case I know it is pointing at 200 mils. And for those of you who are not familiar with the mils system, unlike degrees where there's 360 mils, there's 6,400 in it, so a little bit more accurate. So in this instance, we're pointed straight south, or 180 degrees for those of you who know the degree system. So now I can reference it on my plotting board down here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this number 4 pole down here. I'm going to get it aligned right here with that sight right over there. So I'm going to move it back and forth. I'm going to look through it, and as soon as it's lined up, then I know that when that sight down there is pointed at this pole, that gun is pointed right south at 3,200 degrees. Then what I'm going to do, because this gun right here, or this sight I should say, is limited by 150 mils to the left and 150 mils to the right, I have to come up with a solution. So that's where the multiple poles come in from. So every pole that I have out here, every pole represents 300 meters. So 150 on the right and 150 on the left. So from pole number 1 all the way on the left to the pole number 7 all the way on the right, I have quite a range that I can shoot with degrees. So once I get this thing set up, I know what direction I'm pointing. I can figure out what direction I need to point to a target. That's when the FO comes in play. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Right. So now we're down here at the OP treehouse, and as you can see off in the distance down here, we've got some targets down there. That is our infantry squad in the open, and my FO down here, he's going to be getting me direction and distance to that target from his location. So he's going to be plotting it on his map over here, and then he's going to be measuring it with his binos and his laser rangefinder and a compass to get me that data, and then he's going to send it to me over the radio. Then I'm going to plot it right on my plotting board, and I'm going to figure out what direction he's looking at it from my gun. So let's go do that. Here we are back at the mortar pit. We've got our plotting board, our mortar system, and we're waiting on the radio for our FO to send us our targeting data. We're going to record it, and then we're going to calculate everything, and we're going to send it down, and then we're going to destroy this target.
Thunder, this is Fox 1. Adjust fire puller over.
Fox 1, this is Thunder. Adjust fire puller out.
Description 3280. Distance 25 over.
Direction 3280, distance 25, out.
1 infantry squad in the open, over.
1 infantry squad in the open, out. Alright, so now I've recorded his targeting data. We're going to go ahead and get everything plotted. So I've got his location plotted. He gave me a direction and a distance. So I'm going to index his direction. So we've got 3280. So 3280 right there, 3280. So now I'm going to align my range arm up with him where I've got him plotted. I'm going to measure out 25 meters, pretty close, so I definitely consider that a danger close mission. So then I'm going to mark it on here. So if we take a look over here, we've got this FO, we've got this right here, the target, got a number 2 right next to it, and we've got up here indexed our direction right up here. So we've got 3280 indexed. So now we're going to calculate the gun information. So right now my gun target line is here, so I need to look at my number 4 pole, and then we need to go to the right, and it looks like at about 1 2 3 4, so about 60 right from on our number 4 pole right there. So let's get the gun up and set up. All right, so here we are. We've got the proper sight data put on the gun sight. We've got it aligned with our correct pole. We have the correct PSI on here. Let's turn it up. Yep, that's correct. That's 70 PSI. We have a round loaded in a tube. So now all we have to do is let the observer know his message to observer, so he knows what to expect in the effects phase. Message to observer: Thunder, 5 rounds, target number Alpha Alpha 1050, over.
This is to observer. Thunder, 5 rounds, target number Alpha Alpha 1050, out.
Shot, over.
Shot out.
Splash, over.
Splash out.
Shot, over.
Shot out.
Splash, over.
Splash out.
How'd we look?
Fire for effect, over.
Fire for effect, out. So we fire the first round. It hit the target, or it was within effects area of the target. So remember, this isn't a sniper rifle. It's you get rounds and they kind of pepper the area, kind of like a shotgun. And so we got close enough to affect the target. So if you remember from the message to observer, we said Thunder, which is the firing unit, which is me, 5 rounds. So that means in the effect phase, I'm going to be shooting 5 rounds at the target at target number Alpha Alpha 1050. So we're going to go ahead and send that effects phase downrange to the target. So here we go. First round. Make sure we are at the proper PSI.
Shot. Target number Alpha Alpha 1050, over. Splash, over.
Splash out.
Rounds complete, over.
Rounds complete, out.
All right, so our observer just got the rounds complete. So now he's going to send his battle damage assessment, in the method of a end of mission. So he's going to let the gun line know the mission is over, and he's going to let him know what they did to that target. All right, go ahead and send your end of mission.
End of mission. Target number Alpha Alpha 1050. One infantry squad in the open destroyed.
So that's pretty much it. That's how we shoot things that we cannot see with our mortar system. Kind of a review. Set the gun system up, get a direction to it. Then I put these aiming poles down so I can use this sight to reference directions with it. Once I do that, the FO, he's going to send me his targeting data and location. I'm going to plot that right on the plotting board, my location on it. So then I'm going to cross-reference what he sends me to where my guns are pointing at to what he has sent me. And then I'm going to figure out the new direction on the sight. I'm going to figure out the PSI I need to shoot that distance. And then I'm going to fire that first round. And we're going to see if the maths. And if it does, we'll hit the target. And if not, he's going to send me a little bit of an adjustment, and then we're going to plot that back on our plotting board, and we're going to make a correction, and we're going to send another round, and we're going to keep doing that until we get close enough to the target. And then from that point, we're going to go into fire for effect. We're going to shoot all the rounds, and then destroy the target in the mission, and then that's pretty much it. So that's kind of, in essence, what we do. All right, thanks for watching.